Good morning, guys. We are out in the garden today doing a bunch of little things to kind of just keep up with the garden. Most of it is going to be weeding because I have found that even though I put cardboard down under these boxes before I filled them with dirt and mulch, that the grass likes to come up in between them a little bit, especially around the edges. And so I have to go around fairly frequently and kind of pull that out of the way so it doesn't keep growing in my garden. The older beds from last year actually do pretty well. They seem to have learned their lesson as far as letting the grass grow inside of the box, but the new beds definitely need a good going over today. I also need to sort of work on this bed here. This is the bed that has all of my cabbage. It has some chard and Brussels sprouts, I believe, in it. And they are doing fantastic this year. I am super excited with having this little setup, which is just a couple furring strips that I all screwed together, and then I covered it with a row cover and just stapled that to it. I'm still kind of working on the final design. If I get something that I think is worthwhile sharing with you guys, I definitely will. I just haven't gotten quite to that point yet. I'm still looking at a couple kinks with the whole thing. But it's a kind of a nice cheap alternative to having to buy one of those expensive kind of housing covers that you would get from like a garden supply or something like that. So this bed definitely needs a really good weeding. I believe this is the bed that got covered in some of the grass clippings from last year, and you can definitely tell. So I won't be doing that next year at all because this bed is definitely the worst bed that I have as far as having items growing in it that should not be. So we're going to start with that, and then I will kind of bring you guys around with me and just show you some of the little things that I do kind of on a day-to-day basis. I usually just come out here after work for a couple minutes and putter around, pull a couple weeds. Our tomatoes, I'll give you an update on those, and I'll also update you on what's going on with our garlic. So this is my strawberry bed. It is coming along well. These were all planted last year, and actually only about 5 of the strawberry crowns that I planted survived. Last year I pretty much just let them go. I did not pull any fruit from them or encourage them to fruit in any way. I just kind of let them spread, and then we have this pretty much entire bed filled this year with strawberry plants, and they are just now starting to come in. So I've just been coming out every other day or so and picking the right fruit as it comes in. These are everbearing varieties, so they'll just keep going throughout the summer, and every now and then I'll just come out and harvest what I can. I then wash it off, take it inside, and cut off the tops and throw them into a container in the freezer for use later if we don't end up eating them fresh every day. So this is my little bean garden, and they are doing well so far. My little netting that I placed around it has fairly successfully kept out most of the rabbits and things, and they're just now getting big enough that I am starting to encourage them to go towards my archway here. We have the first little flower for some beans. On the opposite side of my beans, I've got my zucchini going here, along with a bunch of cucumbers. And they're all doing well so far. Something has started to dig in this part of my garden specifically. I don't know what they're doing, but they have ripped up a couple of my onions so far. I've just been trying to put them back in order every time that they do it, but something is very insistent on digging up right in this area. The other thing I was going to update you guys on is the potatoes. So they are doing awesome. I'm still deciding exactly what I'm going to be doing as far as kind of mulching them or putting some extra dirt onto them. So far, they have been doing wonderfully, and a couple of them are just starting to get some little buds. So they'll probably be flowering here before too long. So these are our peppers that we chopped. The hot ones are here in this front row, and as you can see, they're shooting out lots of new little shoots to replace what we kind of chopped off. So that's very good. A few of our tomatoes also have some buds starting on them. There's actually one that has a flower right here. See the other side in there. So they're doing well. I'm going to have to tie them back up a little bit here as they're getting tall enough. And I've just been taking off these lower branches as they've gotten some new growth on the top, so that they have a nice clear area underneath them, as well as taking off any of the suckers I see, which are pretty much anything that is coming out of one of the forked areas, like right in here. I don't have too many of them yet. Oh, there's one tiny little one. You can see that right there in the crux of that limb. That's going to be a sucker. So we're just going to pinch it right off. The last little thing we're going to look at here is our garlic, and it has started to produce some scapes. Scapes are the flowering part of the garlic, so if you let these go, they will eventually kind of get big and round and then flower out. But we want our garlic to focus on putting all of its energy into making some nice big bulbs of actual garlic under the ground here. So these sorts of things, they look quite different. They have kind of this elongated shape. They're solid all the way through. They look quite different from the actual leaves. But this is something that is edible, and people will often kind of stir fry it or cook it up and you can eat it. I'm told it has kind of a garlicky, oniony sort of flavor. And when you cut them off, you just want to go ahead and take them from where they come out of the leaf. So the leaf is over here, and this scape comes right here. So you can just cut it right at this point and use it in your cooking. I think we're going to make some stir fry out of it and add it to some stir fry this week. But yeah, so some people wait until they make like multiple circles, like 2, but they're edible at any point, and I just come out and kind of pick it as I have something that I might be able to use it. That's all we've got for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.